Well, exactly 1 month away from opening day for the Atlanta Braves. So much anticipation surrounding this season. Today's game right back here on A&F as well as the Red Sox head to Cool Today Park. First pitch is at 1 p.m. Need to break down and talk about since spring training started for the Bravos, especially the drama already surrounding the injury list right now, which the last time we talked about, of course, was the one thing this team needed and was hoping to try and avoid before the season started. But of course, that is not the case. We will dive into that in just a bit, but I do want to give a reminder to everyone out there that we have 15 spring training games airing right here on Atlanta News First on Braves on Gray. So you can go on our website and check out the schedule of those games to see which ones you can see right here. But in the meantime, Macaulay, let's start with the fact that should Braves fans be hopeful with the information and news that we've gotten so far since spring training started?
I mean, it's not the best news, especially with the injuries and starting pitching with Schwellenbach and Hurston. I mean, they thought it was going to be a deeper rotation going into spring training, and then bam, here comes what, like,
right,
just all this.
The one thing you didn't
want to happen. A bombshell came, but I mean, now it's just that fifth spot is by committee. Could it be Bryce Elder? Could it be Joey Wentz? Could it be who knows? It could be someone we don't even think of right now.
Yeah,
but. Right. I mean, if you look at 1 through 4 in that rotation, it looks great as long as everyone stays healthy, which that's a huge if when you look back at last year. So it's almost like, where do you want this team to go for the rotation?
Yeah.
To add that depth.
Right. And Walt Weiss said in spring training, before a season even starts, your pitching is going to get tested. It is inevitable. But when we look at the current pitching rotation with those first 4 guys that you mentioned, of course, you have Chris Sale, you have Spencer Strider, you have Ronaldo Lopez, which is your 3 main guys there. And then you have Grant Holmes, who Alex Anthopoulos said, he was doing good before he got injured last year. But you talk about that 5th spot, and you said Bryce Elder and Joey Wentz, they both played 1 game so far. And we are recording this on Thursday, February 26th. But in the meantime, they've both played 1 game so far. With what maybe you've seen from them, which of those 2 guys do you feel like maybe will take that 5th spot?
I think Joey Wentz is going to be more in the pen as a long reliever, just like it was last year. And when I look at Joey Wentz, I don't think, oh, wow, that's a good 5th starter. Like, no, he's just he's a pen guy. He's a great guy in the pen, but, like, he is not a guy that is going to take over that 5th spot. And I mean, when you look at Bryce Elder in the 5th spot, let's just be real. Braves Twitter will go crazy if he's in the 5th spot, but they're going to go crazy no matter who's in the 5th spot. And it's probably going to be Bryce Elder, who I'm kind of iffy about, because I mean, he's like Jekyll and Hyde. Yeah. When it comes to the way he's been ever since he made the All-Star team. After that, he's just been hit or miss. Like, you don't know which one you're going to get. Yesterday, he looked promising. That doesn't mean his next start he's going to look promising. If I had to put Bryce Elder in the 5th spot, I would be kind of scared every single time he hits the mound. Yeah. I would almost say, who else can we go after? And it really might be 5th spot by committee, which is not what Braves fans want to hear. Yeah. But let's just be real. That's where we are right now, unless something happens from Alex, right?
Yeah, and speaking of this pitching rotation and the injuries, to be exact, Spencer Schwellenbach and Hurston Muldrup, they both underwent procedures, and they are placed on the 60-day injured list. So that is why we are certainly currently in this sort of mess and chaos right now with this pitching rotation. But when you speak about those main guys, you have the Chris Sale extension, of course. How big was that? Oh,
that Sale extension. I mean, he came out and said flat out that I want to retire as a Brave. So, like, when it came out with the deal, I mean, when I saw it, I wasn't really surprised. I was like, oh, thank God. I mean, like we can just, keep the guy on the staff. I mean, he's the leader.
Yeah, it gives Braves fans a lot of confidence. The
leader of the rotation. He's the leader of the clubhouse. Yeah. He is what you need, and when he is healthy, he is a Hall of Famer. Yeah. He is what they need in that rotation. And, I mean, it was good to get that deal out of the way before the season started. and solidify what you have this year and solidify what you have next year.
Yeah.
And because behind him, these guys have those friendly contracts that the Braves fans are used to seeing, like the whole roster has. But Grissel is the guy.
Yeah. How important is it for Spencer Strider being that second guy to really step up this season, especially with these injuries so far to start?
I feel like Strider, I mean, if healthy, once again, like I know it feels like we're just saying it over and over, if healthy, if healthy, if healthy. But
yeah.
if he can stay healthy and get his command back and get his velocity back, because last year it was not the best, but if he can get back to looking the way he was before all these injuries, I think if you can go a 1-2 punch
yeah.
of Sell and Strider, that's pretty dangerous. And then, on down the road when it comes to postseason play, that's a strong 1-2 punch that no team wants to see, as long as they are healthy and for the 162 games. But like I said, the way it's been like in Sell's career and the way it's been for Strider the last couple of years, you just don't know.
Yeah. Should Braves fans feel okay once the season starts and opening day gets here with these injuries in the pitching rotation? So they feel confident enough with what they do have?
I think so. I mean, I know we're talking a lot about Sell and Strider, but when you look at like what Ronaldo Lopez and Grant Holmes did against the Pirates, or I mean, it was against the Tigers, I believe, 2 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, they looked like the guys of old.
Yeah.
They had that potential of this is what you could get in this rotation, and if they can come out and do what they've done in the past, that's a very strong 1, 2, 3, 4 rotation. But it's like we said, if you stay healthy and if those guys can kind of get back to the command and velocity that they are used to. I mean, they're coming off like Strider, Grant Holmes, and Ronaldo Lopez are coming off pretty significant arm injuries. Like, these aren't just everyday things. I mean, these are significant injuries. They're trying to get back to learning the basics and hoping, they get their velocity back. So as it looks right now, I wouldn't be worried. I'd be just worried about that 5th spot.
Yeah, right, which hopefully they do figure out by the time that comes. But first year of the ABS Challenge system, and I want to talk about this because do you feel like it will slow down the game, maybe with what you've seen so far in these spring training games?
No, I feel like it slows down the game. I feel like, it's better for the game anyways, because if you look at what happened against the Pirates, they went up against one of the best pitchers in the game in Paul Skeens.
Yeah.
Matt Olson challenged it, and it was just like half an inch from looking like a strike, but it was a ball.
Yeah.
It got overturned. He walked. And then they challenged 3 more on Paul Skeens, and they went 4 for 4 on him, and it kind of messed with his head. Kind of threw him off his routine as well. So it doesn't slow down the game, but also can maybe kind of mess with the pitcher's head a little bit, especially
for sure.
Even a guy like Skeens, who's phenomenal. He's still young and is not used to that. And even I saw a stat the other day that said it's over a 53% rate of the calls going in the hitter's advantage of the ABS, which is phenomenal because who knows how quickly this could turn around, and who knows what it could be like in the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah.
It comes down to a last-minute strike, and you overturn it, and then it's a game changer. You don't know, but I'm all for it. It's not really like slowing down the game per se. I think it's just going to be like when the pitch clock was added.
Yeah.
You just got to get used to it.
Right. Well, we've talked a lot about this pitching rotation. Let's move into the hitting lineup. Now, the Braves have put what we will believe will be their main hitting lineup once opening day gets here a couple times in these spring training games. And let's look at what these main guys will be. Ronald Acuna Jr., Drake Baldwin, Matt Olson, Jurickson Profar, Austin Riley, and you got Mike, Ozzie, Michael, and Mauricio. Do you feel like that is a good order for this hitting lineup.
Oh yeah, I think the lineup they put out the last couple games when it was their their everyday lineup is pretty much where it should be. I mean, I could see Walt Weiss going by committee in the number 2 spot, and maybe the cleanup spot you could see Profar going number 2, or you could see Albies coming in and hitting a number 2, and maybe like Olson or Austin Riley swapping spots in the cleanup.
Yeah.
But where this lineup is built right now, I would not be even the slightest worried about what the offense is providing. I mean, they're coming out with pops. Maybe the new hairdo of Austin Riley that he's got going works for him, because he put up he hit his first home run this spring, and it was a no-doubter.
Yeah.
Matt Olson kind of is coming on with authority. And, I mean, Acuna you don't have to worry about. He's going to get it done with his legs or his bat. And Profar coming in with a full 162 games as a Braves is going to be great.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are talented. They're not going to have these slumps like they did last year. And I really think the way they've had the lineup the last 2 games with their everyday guys is the way it should be. And, even throwing off the new guy with Yaz, he came in and shown that he can hit off righties the way he did, and with the pop.
Yeah. Well, Weiss said he will get a feel for some options and who will bat second, but he did say that he likes the fact that Baldwin and Olson go back to back. He feels like that is a good combination right there. But I'm interested on your thoughts on Jerks and Profar. He actually said he doesn't want to be the designated hitter. Do you feel like he would be good in that spot?
I feel like he would be good in that spot, and I mean, when he was asked about that, it was taken off context.
Right, he didn't say it exactly.
Yeah,
but
it was like
it seemed like it's not exactly his favorite spot to be in.
He backtracked, and it basically was like he would do whatever is best for the team.
Right.
And I mean, I think the DH is going to be an everyday by committee. It could be Profar, it could be Yaz, it could be Drake Baldwin, it could be Sean Murphy. Who knows? It could be Acuna some days. Like, just get used to not having an everyday DH like we've had the last few years in Marcell Ozuna.
Yeah. Well, overall, Braves fans probably should feel confident either way with this pitching rotation and this hitting lineup. But that is all the time we have now. This is Chris McCauley. Again, if you don't know his face, get used to it. He loves talking everything
I'll give my opinion.
That's right, about the Atlanta Braves, but we appreciate you tuning in. I'm sports anchor reporter Kinsey Lee. See you next time.